Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey everyone, it's Adam here. On the previous episodes of Flying and Eating, I went to Puerto Rico, which is a U.S. territory in the Caribbean. I've seen a bunch of things like Old San Juan, which is a bunch of touristy stuff. I've, of course, eaten a whole lot of things, including traditional food like mofongo, as well as had crazy breakfasts and so on and so forth. But today we're going to wrap it up. We're going to go swimming one more time, and then we got to go back. But we're going to go through Houston before we get back to Chicago.
Good morning. It is day 6. I only have 5 fingers, but I would totally hold up another finger if I had one, but I have to hold the camera. You get it. Anyway, it is day 6 here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is my final day here for now-ish. That will make more sense later. The girlfriend's right back there. She's enjoying the water. We're going to enjoy the beach a little bit today, and then I'm going to take you out somewhere sort of special, yet sort of familiar, and then also really familiar with this channel. It'll make more sense later. This time of day, you also see a lot of footprints. You got footprints and shoe prints. You even get some animal prints like tractors that are wild tractors. You know, you don't see them around, but at night they hunt. All right, guys, we're gonna do something really stupid. I'm gonna walk right into the water with my phone and try to get you some choppy shots. Well, hopefully the footage isn't choppy, but you get what I'm saying. The goal is eventually, without the phone, to get smacked in the back by waves. And I'll just keep going until it's way too dangerous to keep holding a phone. Boom. Round 1. Round 2. Ugh. Am I an idiot? Probably. Hold it a little higher. Oh, smacked in the waist. We good though. Boom. That's probably the end point. Very nice. As you can see, water, walk backwards into it. Choppy waves. Smack them in the back a little bit. Boom. I like it. You should like that too. It's fun. But you have to be a confident swimmer because obviously you can actually get pulled under at pretty much any random time. And as you can see, very busy day. Way too many people here. It's out of control. Actually, funny observation. See, like that guy in a little bit in the water there? That's as far as I see anybody go. I'm like the only lunatic who's actually like going out into the water and actually swimming in it. And I can only assume it's just because it's too cold for the locals, which for me is like paradise. Some advice as we continue the saga of terrible hair after the water. Yes, of course I wear a fat shirt. Yeah, I do it. I don't care. Fat shirt. I'm very proud of the fat shirt. You don't even want to see that, and I don't want to see that. Let's just enjoy our fat shirt. Actually, another logistical reason for that is less suntan lotion. Anyway, that is not the point. I do want to issue a warning, though. I grew up swimming, like, a lot. You know, I had a cousin who died from drowning, so my mom was like, you're going to know how to swim, and you're going to know how to do it really damn well. So a lot of courses, like, I can tell you guys some great stories, but that's not really the point. But the point is, it can be very dangerous out there, and it can suck people under, and you can be, like, unready for it. Like, I grew up in that. I'm used to that. But you know, kind of like my girlfriend, she's not really that great of a swimmer by her own admission, so she's not that comfortable going in the water, at least that deep. But yeah, I would just say, like, make sure you're a confident swimmer if you're going to kind of go beyond just like the little, you know, the edge here. Just because it can theoretically be dangerous. So we have finished the beach adventures, we finished cleaning ourselves up, and we even went out on the town, where it's time for food, because we haven't eaten anything yet. So we decided to come to a place called Casita, which we could tell was kind of popular because they were late opening, and there was a line out the door, and then instantly this place filled up. Just people everywhere, it's great. So, as typical, I like to focus on what a place claims it does well. They actually claim that they do a mofongo really well, which I'll try to show you there. But the girlfriend has pointed out correctly so that we have had quite a bit of mofongo, so it's time to switch it up. So we're thinking we're going to go with the seafood paella, because the only seafood paella we ever had together was in Germany, and it was a very sad experience. Our food has arrived, our paella, look at that. We got rice, we got, I think, like plantains in there, I'm not totally sure. We got clams, we got fish, mussels, shrimp, a little bit of like salad stuff happening there. It smells really good. I'm excited. Let's do this. So we just got out of
Mi Casita.
Yes. What'd you think?
It was pretty good. I think it's a solid diner. And the dish that we had, the paella, the mariscos, seafood paella, it was pretty good. Definitely better than the one that we had in Germany, because don't do anything seafood or fish related in Germany.
Yeah.
Especially Spanish or Hispanic dishes. I mean, it's pointless.
Not a knock on Germany. Every culture just does some stuff right and some stuff not so well. Like, we don't actually do German food all that well. I'm sorry, my fellow Americans. It's true, we don't. But this was pretty good. I agree with her assessment. It was kind of like a Hispanic themed diner almost.
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe a solid 7 or a 6, you know, like that, which is good for what we wanted. But if you're like, I want high-end paella, that's not going to win you over. But it's also not bad at all.
No, it was really good.
Okay, so here's the deal. I have to take this to go get gas, which, whatever. But while I have it out, I noticed something on the map that I thought would be kind of interesting. Something I actually remembered from a previous trip. Are you ready to go down memory lane, not only in my own videos, but possibly in your own life, if you were an American anyway? All right, we're here. So what am I about to show you? What's going to be so crazy? What's going to be so nostalgic? That. Yeah, Kmart's are still here. I think there's like 4 of them on the island. For those who don't know, there's only like 10 Kmart's left in the United States. I showed you the only one on Guam. Apparently there's a couple in the U.S. Virgin Islands, which I didn't know about, otherwise I would have shown them to you. And there's actually a few of them here in Puerto Rico. There's only like 3 left on the mainland. So I don't expect much. You guys kind of already saw me do the big formal tour of one in the one in Guam, but which, by the way, is the most successful one in the world. This one looks very dead, unfortunately, but we'll go take a look and see if we see anything interesting. That's kind of interesting. I got hand sanitizer all over me. When I walked in, the dude just sprayed my hands. It's the only place I've been to so far where anybody did that. But here we are, inside, and I might be like the only person in this one. This is not like the one in Guam. The one in Guam was super busy, like all the time. This one, other than the guy working there, I have not seen another human being yet. But yeah, we'll see what else we can find. Mostly this section is like clothes and baby stuff and whatever. Menswear, shoes. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how this place is still in business, if this is how it is regular. Granted, this could just be an exception. I could be here at a weird time or something. But man! Alright, let's see what else I can find. It looks like the remains of a Little Caesars, which I do not pity the death of a Little Caesars. Little Caesars can die in hell, but this is probably where it once was. Well, that was pointless. So I was wandering around the first floor, as you guys saw, and I got around to the register, and just as I'm talking about the Little Caesars or whatever, and suddenly like this lady came up, she was like really mad at me for filming and everything. So I didn't film anything on the second floor. It really didn't have anything interesting on it anyway. I'm thinking like, you could use a little advertising, buddy. You don't want to go in there and tell everybody, don't film anything, don't show anything. We don't want people to know we exist. Don't worry, nobody knows you do. One thing I want to add real quick to this stupid Kmart, after she yelled at me about that, and I still walked around the store, she followed me. She just followed me throughout the store to make sure I didn't film anything. Seriously, the hell with this Kmart. So I just filled the car up. I think I got kind of screwed because when I got the car, it was like half full, and I don't think that's supposed to be how it is. But it was my mistake because I didn't notice. So pay more attention when you pick up a car. Getting the gas was a little weird. I mean, this might just be based on the chain. I went to Puma, which is a chain down here. I know they're also in the U.S. Virgin Islands. You don't prepay at the pump. You also don't do it the way like the Canadians do it, where you just pump and then go inside and pay. Here, you have to pay inside, but they don't charge you till after you've done it. So you go in, you tell them which pump you want, they hold your credit card, you go back outside, you pump your gas, go back inside, pay with the credit card that they have in their possession, then go back out to your car. It's like extra steps for no reason. Okay, so Kmart was a bit of a bust, but I got this earlier, not at this Kmart, of course, I'm not supporting that stupid place. But this one, I got this a while back, and it's time for us to check it out. The Sprite Daddy Mix. Now, I sent this to a bunch of people going, what the hell is this? And their cursory research was apparently that Daddy Yankee
is a rapper from Puerto Rico. I don't know anything about music, famously so. So I just thought this was funny. Found out this is like a real guy doing a real thing. And I don't know if it's actually just Sprite or if it's something special. It says it's lemon lime, which is Sprite, and tropical flavored soda. Now, what the hell is tropical? Is it mango infused? Is it pineapple? I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and find out. So this isn't bad. It is interesting that it is brewed here and bottled here. So this flavor apparently is completely exclusive to Puerto Rico, at least for now. I imagine this is very temporary. So for those who never had it or are curious, my impression of it was that I thought it was Sprite with strawberry and kiwi, but upon a little bit of research done by the smarter person, the girlfriend, she decided to look it up, and it's actually strawberry pineapple, which would have made sense, but I'm not tasting the pineapple. Maybe it has to like decompress a little, or maybe it was just that pineapple soda I had was too overwhelming that it's ruined me for pineapple. I hope not, because I like pineapple. But that was my interpretation. So strawberry pineapple Sprite is the idea.
Good evening. It is food time-ish. I'm still really not that hungry. The paella was pretty good. However, there is one place I never went to that was being suggested to me. So here on my final evening in Puerto Rico, I'm going over to Sweet Anne's Cakes. Yes, my fat ass needs cake. But I want to try it. Julio was talking about it. Google was raving about it. My girlfriend's friends were talking about it, and I've not had this place, so we're gonna give it a shot. So I just left Sweet Anne's Bakery. Kind of going for a cutesy vibe type of place. It was cool, actually, but it's also a place that very much seems to be like, hey, buy a whole cake, as opposed to like a couple of slices. So they had slices, that's what I went for, but it was clearly just kind of like some of the stuff has slices, whereas but it's like overwhelming because nothing really seemed to be labeled. It was just kind of like point to one, and if you're curious what it is, we'll explain it to you. And I was just like, I'm not confident enough in my Spanish, although she spoke English, but it was just like, I don't care enough. So I got a chocolate one and a strawberry one. Let's go see how that goes. In addition to cake, we got one other thing. I like this place. The girlfriend hadn't had it yet, so time to do it.
All right, here it is. Those may look like oranges, but no, those are shrimp. And we've got black beans and cheese, and I'm looking forward to it with my cilantro sauce. I know this place, I like this place. I've been told there are better versions of this, and I don't doubt that, but hey, what can I tell you? I like it. So we just had our food and our cakes. I thought the cake wasn't bad. It wasn't like anything exceptional. It was cake, but I had a good time with it. What'd you think?
The chocolate cake was a little bit dry for my own taste, and the chocolate was not overpowering at all, but by the end it was becoming overwhelming. Now the chocolate, the strawberry one, it was quite moist and that was pleasant, but the thing is that when we bit into it, it tasted like cherry instead of strawberry. And at first I thought it was because maybe it had the cherry coulis on top, the drizzling, but actually I kind of broke it down and tried it individually, layer by layer, and I realized that actually the pink layer was the one that was kind of tasting like cherry, and the thing is that it overpowered the entire cake flavor. So yeah, no strawberry cake there. It was kind of like a cherry cake, and in my opinion, not pleasant.
She doesn't like cherry. So oops. But yeah, it was fine.
Good morning. It is day 7. I am now at SJU San Juan Airport, and alas, it is time to go home. The girlfriend's inside. She's sad. She doesn't want to leave. I don't blame her. But you know, all good things must come to an end. So we dropped off the rental car, and then they have a shuttle that takes you from there to here. I kind of we got up way too early. I'm the type of person who doesn't get to the airport till like 40 minutes before the flight because I'm arrogant and I think I can make it all the time, and I usually do. But here I was like, the infrastructure as far as like how to get from the car rental place to here, Uber's not super reliable. I didn't know if the shuttle was like an hourly thing, so we over prepped, came too early. Couldn't have been easier. Dropped the car off. We didn't have to do anything. We just leave the car there. Shuttle's right there. And we were here in like 5 minutes. So we got a lot of time to kill. And unfortunately, this place doesn't have a lounge, so there's really nothing that's going to happen here. But whatever, we're here. These airport hotels, or yotels as sometimes they're called, are a great idea, where they basically build a hotel into the airport specifically for exactly the reason it says, because a lot of airlines have odd hours in certain destinations, so it just makes more sense to like literally spend the night in the airport, but you know, in a bed. No clear lane in this airport, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. But I will still use my TSA pre-check. And I think unlike all the other territories, this is like the one where there truly is no additional filter. So yeah, it's not any special global entry or anything like that. Okay, I'm through security, no big deal. So I had TSA pre-check. The girlfriend doesn't, so I'm waiting for her. For those like, you didn't wait for your girlfriend, isn't that kind of like a move of a douche? Yes, it would be, except the only reason I do it is because I'm carrying around the Pluto, and I really don't like taking it out of the bag. If you go through normal security, they force you to take that out and show it to them and all that stuff, whereas you go through TSA pre-check, they just leave it alone. So it's just too much of a hassle. This is the type of airport that the second you're beyond security, they just throw you into a duty-free shop. Not really surprising though, but there you go, there's a quick glance at it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show you guys this because of basically the way the car rental agreement works. But yeah, the only rainforest in the United States is in Puerto Rico. Future trip, maybe we'll come back with Julio and we'll actually do this properly. So I'm going to give you guys a little pro tip here at SJU. This is the only airport I think I've ever been to other than Havana's where the Wi-Fi is not free or even really available. This is a lie. It says it works. You can Google it, and if you have data, and it will say, oh yeah, there's totally free Wi-Fi. There is not. It is not a real thing, and you can find other posts saying contrary to that statement, it's not true. They don't have free Wi-Fi. You have to log in and pay for it, although we can't seem to find a way to do that. This website that they mentioned there is the only one that seems to work, and it's just about the airport itself. So pro tip for people, if you're coming down here, most American cell phone plans will cover Puerto Rico as it is part of the U.S., but international services, you might want to be, or international tourists, you might want to be a little wary of that. However, even though this is part of the U.S., again, territory, so some plans don't cover it. Like, technically it's roaming for me, but in my case, Verizon doesn't charge anything additional for it because they're like, yeah, you're outside the 50 states, but you're in America, so it's covered and it's not anything special. Just keep that in mind. Like, my girlfriend, she can't do anything right now. Her phone's basically a coaster.
Who doesn't want to stay in Puerto Rico?
Exactly. So we have arrived in Houston at IAH. We have a wait, and then we'll head back to Chicago. In the meantime, I think we either got to hit up the club or at least got to get some food, right? We are in the lounge. Time to go get something to nibble on. Relax. I think the food's over there. So far, the Houston, well, this specifically, this is the one in the E section of the Houston airport. Not bad. Got a little bar over there, but it's got more stuff over there. So I got a little sandwich, a little wrap, and some cheese. Yeah, that's how we do it. Puerto Rico is over. I'm so sorry. I know you wanted to stay longer. Who doesn't? It's tropical paradise. Highly recommend going down there. We had a lot of fun. Would you recommend Puerto Rico to the fine folks?
100% yes.
Yeah.
I wish I could have stayed there forever.
Well, that wish was sort of granted. Post-production Adam here. Yes, we ended up going right back there, so there's actually going to be a 5th video about that. Stay tuned for that one. But in the meantime, please like, comment, subscribe, and check out all the social media stuff in the description as always. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, we'll see you all later.